Welcome back, everyone. Time for Daybreak in 10 on Color 10.
We'll be on the air commercial-free for the next 10 minutes. Let's get started with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. Good morning.
Good morning. We are starting out with some showers this morning. They'll give way to a heavy rain threat by tonight. A flash flood watch is in effect in northern Arkansas through noon, where we could get 2 to 3 inches of rain there. We'll show you some more detailed rain totals in a second. But first, we've got wet roads in Branson. It is 46 degrees with southerly winds. We've got showers rolling through from southwest to northeast. We have been seeing some moderate to locally heavy downpours out of this. This will probably be the most intense that we see today. It breaks up a little bit by this afternoon, and then we'll have that heavy rain tonight. Temperatures are in the 40s and 50s right now. It is 47 degrees in Springfield. We keep things mild in the middle and upper 50s today on south winds, clouds, and showers breaking out. 58 degrees by dismissal. So you can see the rain breaks up here a little bit on Futurecast, maybe not as intense. That changes tonight. We get that heavy rain to set up south and east of the interstate. We'll have some downpours there, dropping a couple inches of rain. Tomorrow morning, we have that steady rain to the south. A couple of flakes could sneak in on the backside of this rain before everything exits by noon. And then we have sunshine, cold sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Here's that rain forecast, 2 to 3 inches in northern Arkansas, about 1 to 2 south and east of the interstate, about 1/4 of an inch or less as you go to the north and west. Just be careful for some flooding possible there by tomorrow morning. Joe, Lauren.
Color 10 is your local election headquarters, and we have the results this morning from yesterday's elections. Big night for Springfield police officers and firefighters on a pension plan.
The city asked whether the 3/4 cent sales tax that helps fund the pension should continue. Now, that tax would sunset within 5 years or when the pension system is fully funded, whichever comes first.
Springfield voters decided to continue the pension sales tax. 78% voted to keep it, while 22% wanted it to end. That's with all votes accounted for.
Color 10 spoke with the Springfield Police Officers Association last night at a watch party. They told us why this pension tax is so important to them.
At the moment, it is 80% funded, and about 800 men and women are covered by this fund. It's important to note that there won't be any new members to the pension plan. Springfield Police Officer Association President Chris Welsh says the pension members rely on that tax to get by after they retire.
Right now, the pension is only funded at 80%. And with contributions from the members is not enough to bring it up to 100%. We must have the tax in order to get it to 100% funded. The pension needs to be fully funded to carry out the longevity of the officers that are still on it. We still have officers on it another 10 years that are going to be living, for another 60 years possibly. And we don't collect Social Security. We don't have any other type of pension once we retire. So this gets us by.
The city has an obligation to honor current members' pension plan requirements for as long as they live, even if the sales tax sunsets before the fund reaches 100%.
Just a reminder, all of your election results on the bottom of your screen and on ozarksfirst.com. But also, Springfield city officials asked voters whether to continue a 1/8 cent sales tax. That money pays for improvements to transportation projects. Voters decided to continue that tax. In total, 80% voting for it.
In Greene and Polk counties, voters there decided on a tax levy increase for Walnut Grove schools. The money would have paid for safety and security measures, new elementary school classrooms, and other improvements. The levy would raise the tax by $1 per $100 of value. Voters went against that, though, with 55% saying no and 45% supporting the increase. All of those votes are in. And a decision has been made on who will represent Missouri's 158th district in the state legislature. This seat was previously held by Missouri Treasurer Scott Fitzpatrick. Voters in Berry, Lawrence, and Stone counties chose between Republican Scott Cupps and Democrat Lisa Culp. Cupps has won the race with 83% of the vote. All of those votes are in as well. Bringing you some more local news. Whether or not Springfield should adopt a new city flag is a question City Council is considering this week. A group called the Springfield Identity Project presented its argument Monday afternoon of changing the current red, white, and blue flag right there to a different one, this one with 3 stars, and a crown. Hotel Vandevort owner John McQuarrie and Mystery Hour host Jeff Houghton helped design it several years ago. They wanted an iconic symbol that people could connect with. You may have seen it around town in several places already. The new design has several meanings. The compass represents how Springfield is a crossroads of the nation. The white represents Route 66, and the stars are symbols for our connection to nature, culture, and innovative spirit. The current flag has meaning as well, though. It's been around since 1938. Its stars represent religion, homes, education, and industry. Councilman Richard Ollis says the new flag is popular, and he's excited about its energy.
Obviously, that flag, just like any brand or any logo, over time it sometimes becomes a little bit dated. And so it may be time to consider an update for our community. I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert, and I certainly want the community to weigh in on that. But this is a little bit more modern design that I think expresses Springfield in a more modern way, in a more effective way. So I think it's worth consideration.
Moving forward, Ollis says they are working on a plan to get feedback from the community.
Got a traffic alert to bring you this morning. An East Springfield Road widening project has been delayed for several months. Cherry Street between Barnes and Oak Grove was scheduled to be reopened this week, but construction will continue through at least mid-January. We called our local MoDOT office to find out the reason for the delay. Engineers say AT&T utility lines weren't reconstructed in time. That held up CU workers who were trying to relocate gas and water lines, which pushed back concrete and asphalt road work. Assuming the weather is manageable this winter, crews hope to have stormwater and sidewalk improvements done by early next year.
And around the region, 100 years after the deadliest racial confrontation in Arkansas history, a group known as the Elaine 12 is now being recognized. Our Hannah Zettel brings us this story.
Well, nearly a century has passed since the Elaine massacre left over 230 black sharecroppers in Phillips County dead. A group of survivors were wrongfully convicted of murder and sentenced to death in 1919. Years later, a landmark Supreme Court case helped to free the Elaine 12. That group is now being honored and inducted into the 2019 Arkansas Civil Rights Heritage Trail. Family and members of the community came out to pay homage to the 12 exonerated defendants. Lisa Hicks Gilbert is the grandniece of 2 of those men. She says today shows her 92-year-old grandmother that she no longer has to live in fear or silence.
This needs to be spoken of. It needs to be said, and the fear that she and her generation had, we no longer have that fear.
And the effort of UALR students and faculty is to thank for helping bring the story to service. The markers, which include the men's names, are located in downtown Little Rock off President Clinton Avenue.
All right, Hannah Zettel this morning. Thank you. One last check of our forecast this morning, though. Windshield wipers going to be needed, huh? Throughout the day or just this morning?
We've got some more moderate showers out there this morning. They probably break up some by dismissal, but we'll keep those showers around 58 degrees with some of that drizzle. Heavy rain sets up to the south tonight. We'll have that steady rain to the south early tomorrow, and then sunshine in the afternoon. Temperature still pretty chilly. Hey, look at that weekend warm up. 60, only drop into the 30s on Monday.
We can talk about the weekend already, right? It's Wednesday.
I see a decent sun on Saturday, too. We're good.
Doesn't look too bad outside right now. That's in Springfield. Thanks for watching Daybreak. We'll see you back here soon.